Hello, this is Roxy Bailey with Veterinary Bookkeeping Solutions, and I'm very excited today to talk to you guys about my favorite bookkeeping tool called the Transaction Pro Importer/Exporter. It's hands down my favorite bookkeeping tool. It shaves hours off of my time, and the best part is it allows me to provide my clients with detailed reporting every month, showing them exactly where they're making their money and where they're losing money. When all of your income is going into one account in your chart of accounts, usually called sales or income, you're not able to see where you're spending more money than you're making. And so you're basically flying blind in your practice, and that's not a successful way to run a business, right? So that's why we have detailed reports. We want to provide our clients with detailed reports every month. And that can be very difficult to do. A lot of practice management software do not connect to bookkeeping and accounting software. So your options are to go through the invoices every day, every week, every month, and break down the different income categories. And I can't think of a single practice manager or practice owner who has time to do that, right? I mean, I don't even have time to do that. So that's why I use the Transaction Pro Importer/Exporter. Okay, it's a kind of a secret weapon to make sure that I'm getting this information into my clients' books and to give them the resources they need to be able to make sound financial decisions for their practice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the Transaction Pro Importer. You can see it here on the screen. But first, let's go to, I'm going to be using QuickBooks today. I've created a fake account called Animal Hospital, very creative, and it's a brand new business. Since it's fake, it's not connected to an actual bank, but I have created a checking account and made some deposits into the checking account and some fake expenses. So you can see here the recent deposit. By the 8th of July, we have had $21,408.26 deposited into the bank, right? And as you can see, I have transferred that money into what's called a wash account, okay? So it's not a real bank account, but it's basically a holding account. And that is an account that you need to create in order to use the software successfully the way that I'm using it. And it's really easy to create that account. You just go into your chart of accounts, create a bank account, and then you just type in wash account, right? Now, we're not going to create that account here today because we already have it. But here you can see that the wash account is negative by that amount of money that was deposited into our bank feed, and transferred to the wash account, okay? After we finish transferring the information from our practice management software sales report to our QuickBooks account, you will see that that will reconcile to zero, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Let's go ahead and go to our Transaction Pro Importer. Now, the first thing that you're going to do, you're going to log in, make sure it's connected to your account. As you can see, it's connected to the Animal Hospital account, QuickBooks account, and then you're going to want to pull up the sales report from your practice management software. Okay, so once you pull up the sales report, you're going to want to input that information into a template that the Transaction Pro Importer provides you with. Okay, so here's a sample of the template. As you can see from the tabs on the bottom, there are different options for how you can input that information into the Transaction Pro Importer. I have found that most of the sales reports that I've pulled out from the different practice management softwares translate best into the bank statement report. So that's the one I'm using here today. So you'll see here we have the date that we are transferring all this information into QuickBooks. It's going to be a manual feed. This column, deposit to account, you want it to show the wash account. Everything is going through the wash account. So the money that's coming in through your bank feed into QuickBooks is getting transferred into your wash account. And the information, the sales information that you're getting from your practice management software is going to go into your wash account as well, okay? And you'll see how that all reconciles out. The line description column, these are the different categories, sales categories, that the client has his income broken into in the practice management software, okay? And then the line amount is how much money was made from each of those categories. Now, the final column, account, what you want to put in here is your income account from your chart of accounts that you want these numbers to go into. So whatever sort of income you want it to be broken down into, that is the information that you're going to put in this final column. Okay, it needs to match up exactly to the income accounts in your chart of accounts. And I do mean exactly, even the spelling is critical here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start an import. Okay, so the choose import type, you're choosing the type of template that you selected. So we selected bank statement, so we're going to go ahead and choose bank statement. And let's go ahead and drop that in here. Okay, once again, you're selecting the file that you chose. You chose bank statement, so we're going to import that. This page allows you to match up your columns from your template to QuickBooks. So you want to make sure everything matches up correctly. If it doesn't, it gives you an opportunity to change that. Okay, so everything matches up. We're going to go ahead and preview what we're importing. This is the last chance to go through it, make sure everything looks good, numbers are right, and import. That easy. Are we sure we want to do this? We do. Okay, so while it's processing, this next page will tell you whether everything imported successfully, which it did. If it didn't, it will indicate what fields didn't import and why. It will give you troubleshooting information so that you yourself can correct it easily. The few times that information hasn't imported successfully, and it has only happened seriously like twice, it's usually been because of spelling errors. If your accounts aren't spelled correctly, it's not going to find the matching account in QuickBooks and it won't import the information. So if it gives you any trouble, you troubleshoot it, very easy to do, and then it'll import again. Now let's go ahead to QuickBooks and see what that looks like. Okay, so as you can tell, our wash account is now at 0. It has received all of these deposits, and the deposits match up exactly to what's been deposited into your bank account. It's very important to verify every day or week or month, however often you want to do this import into your QuickBooks account. You want to make sure that what you are receiving through your bank matches up exactly to what your practice management software says you are collecting at your practice. And at the end of every month, this is another account you have to reconcile, just like you have to reconcile your checking account and savings account and any other kind of bank account you have, as well as payroll liabilities. Don't forget to reconcile that one. You want to reconcile your wash account. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a profit and loss report and see what it looks like when we've imported all this information. Okay, so this is, let's do this month. Okay, so we have here the different income categories that we've selected, and when you drill down into one of them, it'll show you even more detailed information. This information is what you have in your practice management software reports, and now you have it in your QuickBooks. You're able to see exactly where the money is coming from, and the important thing to do here is that your expense accounts need to match up your income account. That way you're able to see the differences, see where you're making money, see where you're losing money, maybe spending more money than you're actually making, and then be able to make the decisions to make the changes necessary to be making money instead of losing money. So it's really that easy. That's it, you're done. And this is something you can do daily, weekly, monthly. It all depends on the amount of time you have, but you're going to have a lot more time now because you're not breaking down these invoices and taking up all this time that you don't have, right? So that's something that is so easy to do. Now there is a cost associated. There's a monthly subscription fee, $19.99 per month. I mean, that's nothing. That's so worth what you're getting out of it, right? To be able to have this kind of reporting at your fingertips anytime you need it. You can check with your bookkeeper, see if it's something that they'll include. I include it in my monthly fee for my clients. So check with them and see if that's something they can do for you, right? So that's all the information I have for you today. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you weren't quite clear about, kind of went over the template real quickly, reach out to me. My contact information is on my website, www.veterinarybookeepingsolutions.com, and I'd be happy to answer any question you have. Okay, so thank you for your time. Take care.